Oh, great. So yeah, as soon as we get more people joining, so our icebreaker is more of like, where are you joining us from? And what do you look forward to in this particular section? I mean, why are you here? And where are you joining us outside of Nigeria, joining us here in Nigeria, joining us somewhere in the African culture or outside of the African section. Then meet your facilitator. Yeah, one of the few times you have somebody outside of Nigeria, and the who is not a Nigerian, a white person. So it's more of intriguing moments, one of my intriguing moments here at Trefford. So a wonderful presentation or a wonderful welcome to Ante, who happens to be our facilitator for this evening. Then yes, we'll be having Ante's presentation. We'll be taking us through what AI product management is all about. Then we'll be pitching more into his wealth of experience. Then the platform where we are holding this particular program, which is Trefford Learners Community. For some of us who are already familiar with what Trefford Learners Community is all about, it's more of like just a section like this, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, where you build insights into what our professionals have to offer. If you go to luma/trefford.org, let me stop sharing and then let me share that particular section so that you know what it's exactly look like. Give me a minute to do just that. So yeah, this is how Trefford Learners Community look like, especially on Luma. Let me share my screen. Here. So events like this, you find them here. So the best thing you can do, especially not to miss events like this, is for you to subscribe on this page, lu.me/Trefford events. I will be sharing the link. I'll be sharing the link in the chat box. So here you can see our past events that we've had with professionals, and then you can see upcoming events, and then you can currently see that we are currently live in this particular event. And we have a section like this also tomorrow that has to do with prompt engineering for non-technical team. With one of our wonderful facilitators. And then, yeah, one of our wonderful facilitators, you might want to check him out and then prepare for a session on Money or Motosho. Then we have other upcoming programs. So what you just have to do is just to subscribe to this page. As much as possible, I'm trying to like, what's the word, buy more time for people to join, because I want to believe more people really want to see this section. And here in Nigeria, this is more of the time most people are trying to go back, or let me say trying to commute during this time because of work hours and all. And yeah, I mentioned Trefford Learners Community. So if you don't want to miss events like this, you might just want to subscribe to our Luma page. And also, we also have an offering. The major reason why we have Ante with us, who happens to be an AI product manager with 15 years of experience, over a decade years of experience here with us. This is an official welcome to Trefford. Yeah, an official welcome to Trefford, because he happens to be our faculty lead for AI product management, who happens to be launching. I mean, this is our first launch this particular year. Very, very intriguing and wholesome experience here at Trefford. So if you have colleagues or friends that you might want to reach out to for them to join this session, this is the beautiful moment where you can do just that. While we are doing that, okay, yeah, more people have joined in. You might just want to go to your chat box and just tell us exactly where you are joining us from. Where are you joining us from, and what do you look forward to in this session? Just go to the chat box. I only have 5 minutes to spend here, then I'll be handing over the mic to Ante. So just go to the chat box and then tell us where you are joining us from. Why are you joining us from? Why are you here? Who would want to say that? Where are you joining us from? Why are you here? Hello, Samuel from Lagos. Awesome. It's good to see you, Samuel. Thanks for joining. Where are you joining us from? What do you look forward to gaining from this session? Let's do that real quick. I'm sure Ante is ready and really ready to meet each and every one of us, and also to share from his wealth of experience. Where are you joining us from, and what do you look forward to from this session? Let's do that real quick in the next 1 minute. Let's do this, guys.
Until we are waiting, Thank you very much for the warm introduction. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ante. All right, I'm expecting more responses. Where are you joining us from? And what do you look forward to in the session? All right, Tim joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Look forward to learning more about how AI can shape the future of product management. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Timileyin. I'm sure you are speaking the mind of most of people on this call. However, I would like to hear at least 2 more people to tell us where you are joining us from and why you are here. Let's do that, guys. Okay, while we're waiting for those that are still typing, I would also want to say, if you wait till the end of this session, there's actually a discount offer waiting. I'm sure, drum rolls, I'm sure you want to wait till the end of this session. I mentioned Ante is our faculty lead for our AI product management, which will be launching October 25th. So in case or you would want to be part of those that will be winning our discount offer, you might want to wait till the end of this call. I mean, to wait for the rollout. So Nihib joining from London, looking forward to learning about this weird thing. Thanks. Weird thing called artificial intelligence, especially from a seasoned PM. Thank you so much, Nii. I'm sure you've already hit the nail on the head. All right, so we'll be live streaming shortly. I'll be handing over to Ante. Ante is so anxious. I can actually see the enthusiasm all over him. It's so anxious to, meet us and then to also share from us. I'll be handing over to Ante. In the meantime, I'll be sharing the link. If you have any questions for him or a follow-up question, whatever he wants to say, you can just drop it on the link that I'll be sharing called Slido. If you click on the link, it will take you to a Slido page where you drop whatever question you have for Ante. Going again by introduction, here is Ante. I would want to skip the surname so that I would not want to murder it. Ante for now, a 15 years product management, and yes, an official welcome to Treford as a faculty lead in AI product management. Over to you, Ante.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the whole intro and the team and the guys and everyone sharing where they're from and why they want to be here. Please, Esther, as the things go on and there are questions, raise your hand, let me know. I'm going to be sharing some of the thoughts and stuff about my experience, and stop me anytime, and raise your hand and ask questions. So really looking forward to actually answering everything to you. So when I was preparing everything, I really wanted to show you a glimpse of the whole AI PM program we're going to have. And the reason why a glimpse, because like the AI is happening, whether you like want to be part of it or you don't want to be part of it, but it's happening. And I want to show you how it impacts the PM work and how you can jump on board. And I prepared something for you today, and it's a sample of AI program. And when I was designing the program, I really wanted to follow my AI journey, my AI knowledge, taken from everyone that I learned from. And I wanted to show what it means to be a AI product manager and to learn from my mistakes. So you don't need to go through the same mistakes. Hopefully, in the program, I will show you that. And today, I have two actually misconceptions that I want to show to you, so you don't fall in that. But before a little bit about me, for a very long time building products. I worked across telco, identity, gaming, recently healthcare. I'm showing here, let's say, 3 product impacts or outcomes in the last couple of years. When I was in gaming, AI trust and safety, built the ML detection system that detected even more toxic players than we did in previous years. I also built the identity verification product. I will share you a few examples from both of the during today, and which increased for the company that I worked ARR by 23%. And recently, I'm working for a healthcare company with AI, identify genetic disorders in children. So I'm all over the place, but I want to show you like what does that mean, like being an AI PM and building AI products. On top of that, I'm a father and a husband. I have 2 dogs, and I love samurai comics. So any of those things, let's talk about that. Especially samurai comics, I love them. So the AI program I showed you, I told you, I want to show you the 2 examples. First, like standard sprint planning and execution that you are used to for a regular product doesn't work with AI ML problems and products. It's a different setting and it's a completely different process, and your mindsets need to change. And I'm going to show you those 2 misconceptions because I really want you to understand that. And the traditional product on one side, but AI product, it doesn't have a clear output. It doesn't have clear feedback or results. You need to be prepared for that. Those are just 2 simple things that you need to fully be prepared, because it's going to be surprising every time. I will tell you around few examples. Right. So let's jump immediately to the first misconception or misunderstanding, and traditional product versus AI product. So the difference, let's call it the traditional software, right? And you have some kind of input. Traditional software does something, and all of a sudden you have some kind of outputs, right? And same input, you learn, you code basically the patterns, how the software needs to act. For example, let's take a simple spreadsheet calculator. Like you have a formula, you add a formula, sum up a few cells, results needs to be, let's say, 55. And every time you do that, the result needs to be 55. So the input is the same, the output is the same, and it's extremely predictable. You can do the QA around it, same input, same output every single time, no variation. And this is how we build software so far. And we call it deterministic. Like we really determine that it should be 55. That's the result. That's what we expect. If it's not, you check out, is it a bug or with a QA, or maybe it's a feature. You never know. But it should be every single time the same output. Now, what AI did is on the right side here, you teach AI software with the existing input or the outputs already. And you teach it how to behave and how to understand this data and what kind of results should be expected. That's the sort of behavior. And it's fully data driven. Now, the results itself or different patterns completely depend on how AI software transcribes or understands the data. It depends how you label the data, how you train the data, what kind of features, or I call it data signals, you used in the data, and what kind of learning patterns you had and confidence scores, and then the result is going to be there. Okay, but the thing it's probabilistic. What does that mean? That means it's going to be different in many cases every time, right? So you need to be prepared fully for that. That's why we call it probabilistic, right? Because it's going to be changing. You need to be fully prepared. So on the left side, traditional software, like the outputs, the results are always the same. You can likely predict that it's going to be the same if the user does X. Click a button, get some kind of results, is always the same. On the right side, you don't get that kind of results. You get the different results because the data that you use. Now, you need to prepare for that. That's the first, let's say, misconception or misunderstanding, and that's really, really important. Now, let's go to the PM versus AI PM. Okay, but before I go to this part, I want to tell you an example of the AI software. For example, Spotify, and the input, for example, in Spotify is your listening history, right? And the output is a recommendation that you have. And for me, when I listen on Spotify, the recommendations for every week is different, slightly different, changed. Because even if I have a different listening history, same listening history over the course of week, the recommendation for the next week is different. Why? Because it uses all of the data that my listening history. It uses some kind of ML in the background and calculates or gives me probability that I'm going to like some new songs that it suggests. So that's why, for example, that Spotify Discover Weekly is example of ML solution or AI solution to the product itself, right? Now, moving to the product manager versus AI PM, and I call it a traditional product manager, but I feel that it shouldn't be, it sounds bad, but it's not. It's like I was a product manager. I am a product manager, like even now. So it doesn't change. But like to show the difference now, this traditional product manager builds non-AI products, and his core responsibilities are from deeply understanding the customer and the problem space that the customer lives, do the research, discovery, product, everything you need to do to build a product for that customer. Only thing that the product you are building is the outputs of it are predictable and rule-based. You code it out, right? And one misunderstanding which I want to share here is that what happens is if you actually start using AI for a traditional product manager, and we are coming slowly to this misunderstanding. What happens is you use AI to work faster and smarter. So, for example, for understanding customer and their problems, conducting discovery, AI helps you writing thinking. You vibe code your designs, prototypes, copy. You analyze your users at scales, the interviews. It helps you drastically, right? And this enhances or improves your effectiveness as a product manager, as a traditional product manager, right? But it helps you continue to build a traditional software, traditional products. And sometimes this is called AI assisted PM, but I like somehow AI powered PM. And right now, I think everyone is AI powered PM. Like I am AI powered PM. I like use it constantly, and I feel that's extremely important to note here. Like, and this is I put my quote here. I imagine this is my quote, but honestly, I don't know how I worked before without AI, because it's at every part of my workflow. It helps me to improve, to be more effective, right? But still, I need to be me, and I need to have a meaningful impact in the products and products I built and the users that are using these products. Now, what I want to do is go to AI product manager, right? And as you can see, this is the core responsibilities, which are the same for AI product manager as for also a traditional product manager or AI powered product manager. They're the same. You are doing the same thing. Only thing that on top of that, you add additional capabilities that you need to know in order to sort of swim in this lane as a AI powered AI product manager. First of all, you need data understanding. You need at least like a minimum of AI ML knowledge, communication leadership, definitely with the new team members, ML engineers, data scientists, the labeling team. You need to define model behavior, evaluation criteria, all of this, and then design for these probabilistic outputs and edge cases. And definitely the last part, that it's really most important, ethic consideration and responsible AI practices. And I'm going to run you through example here, so you sort of get what I'm getting at. It's like, let's say you want to build a product, and I'm going to go back here for a second. You want to build a product, and you need to deeply understand the customers, their problems. You need to discover, research what they are using, right? And then you need to understand data. Let's say you are building a identity verification product, something that I built, right? And you're going to use users' faces in order to match between two users. Are they the same user or not? So you need to understand, okay, how much do you have this data? How much of the data do you have? How you can like use this data to build a product to actually do the face matching, face verification. Can you do you have enough data? You really need to understand. And this is extremely important because this is not like just regular, some kind of Excel or JSON data. It's like people faces. Now, then after that, you need to talk with your data scientists, your ML researchers to understand, okay, we have this data, people's faces, and we want to use it to match between two persons. Are they the same or not? You need to understand, okay, how much the data you have. Do you need to label it? How are you going to label it? Who's going to label it? You need to build the whole operations around that. Let's say you have 1,000 faces, you need to actually go through those. Let's say you have 10,000, a million, the scope of work drastically increases, right? So you need to work with your data team in order to understand that data fully, like prepare data, label it, build a model, deploy it, monitor the model, that's how it's behaving, learn from it, and so on. Then you need to build the evaluations. How are you going to test that everything works well? That actually it accurately predicts that those two faces are the same. Then, what, for example, I have a beard and I have glasses, right? What if I'm on one image I have the beard and glasses, or another one I don't have? What I'm getting older after 10 years, I use some image. So these are all the things you need to think of when you are actually designing this product to actually verify people faces. So this is like the way how you need to think continuously in order to start building the product, or actually start solving the problem for the users. But even with all of those, even with everything I share with you, there's an underlying rule that you need to have. I use this quote from Silicon Valley Product Group. I had it here link. I can share it later on. But you need to build great products. You need to think continuously on the user and the problem they are in, and they need to fall in love with your product. It needs to delight them, and it needs to work for your business. So even with all of the new knowledge and capabilities you need to have, data, ML, AI knowledge, and so on, you are still a product manager. You are still a traditional product manager who is actually solving a problem for your user and your customer. And you need to continuously think about that. And that's like never be distant, never run away from that. That's like the most important part. Now, I'm going to stop here. I don't know, did I see any questions or something like that? But this is a sort of intro and intro to AI program, and the way how I'm going to present, how I'm going to show to you some of the stuff. This similar slides is going to be in the first module in the AI foundations. We're going to expand that with building a model, testing a model, and everything around that, especially the data part, which I feel that during the whole AI program will be extremely important. You're going to play a little bit with data. That's a must. You cannot finish the program without actually doing some research and analysis. So everyone, thank you very much for listening to me. Yeah, Esther.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, Ante. That was precise, short, and straight to the point. This is where we ask questions. So if you have follow-up questions, give me a minute. I will be dropping a link where you ask whatever questions that you have. Just drop it here. So click on the link, the poll is open, then whatever questions you have, you can just ask Santi. In the meantime, I'll be calling on my colleague, Aishat. She'll be posting some questions, some what's the word? Pre-session questions that we have for you, Auntie. At least based on your experience and what we noticed, or what we noticed already going in the market, especially in this part of the world. Aishat, are you on the call? Would you want to start asking your questions? Although Ante is already aware of it, but yeah.
Hello, Esther, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you.
Hi,
Right.
hi, Ashat.
Hello, Ante. Great to have you here. Okay, I think I also put on my video so we can see my face. Just a moment, please. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, thank you so much, Auntie, for that session. We have some questions that we'll be asking as a follow-up.
Excellent.
And this is to set some form of foundation for some persons who may have similar questions. Now, the first question is, from your 15 years of experience, what's the single biggest difference between working on a traditional software product and an AI-powered product?
That's a first slide that I show. It's a probabilistic nature of AI product. You have a product, you have a data, and the results are always different. Okay, not always. You teach the model, you teach the AI to actually predict the results and give accurate results that you want them to give, but you're gonna have initially hard time to figure it out how to model it and how to tailor it so actually your customer, your user has a value for it. That's something that I learned very, very fast, and I'm going to give you an example. So we're building a sort of as a risk score, and we needed to label data. And in order to label data, we need experts who's going to label data. And when you label the data, you use that to build a model. And we had 3 labelers at that moment, like we're building MVP, really small. We wanted to test everything out. And between those 3 labelers, people who are actually experts in labeling the data for that kind of risk score that we're building, only 20% of the data was the same between them. So the 3 experts had a completely different opinion in 80% of cases on how to manage the risk score. And imagine you have those data to actually build a model, how the model would then start behaving and giving the results and so on. So that's just like a simple example on the process and flow you need to go through, okay, being that you are building ML, a product with data and labeling, or you're using some of the foundation or generative AI products out there. So yeah, that's a simple example.
Or that's very practical example. I believe that persons on the call here would have a better understanding with that example. So the second question is, what is the non-negotiable skill a traditional PM needs to acquire to become an effective AI PM? Is it sort of like a technical skill or something else?
I would say data literacy. You need to get to understand the data because...
Hello, Ante, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? 1, 2, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
cool. Thank you for the question. I will go back to answering. I think the data literacy is the most important, and you can call it. It's technical on one side, but it is actually understanding the data that your models, your AI software is going to use. That's extremely. You don't need to code. That's not. It's important. Like you need to understand the data quality, the bias, the labeling effort needed to actually build the data set that you're going to use. You need to understand how this data is going to be piped in the model, how the model is going to behave doing that with that data, and this is going to help you down the line when you start working with data scientists, ML researchers, and so on, because you will understand the problem space they're in and how they are thinking and solving the problems with ML or AI.
Okay, so do you think that there are soft skills that are also needed, or it's just technical skills? Do you think there are also soft skills that
soft skills? Yeah, thank you for expanding the question. Communication, like, let me just an important story. I am like for many years working and building products. Last year, I took a communication coach. I took it because I felt that I need to improve my level of communication towards the team, towards the leadership, towards the outside. I just felt that I need to do that. So I found a communication coach to help me out. And I feel that every PM, especially AI, with the complexity of the product, needs to have his communication skill really top notch, because that's like, you will talk about a bunch of problem solutions, data, and it needs to be extremely clear to your stakeholders, to your leadership, to your team, and most importantly, to your customer.
Okay, so this is very close to the second question. The next question that I have, very closely related, and it says, how does a PM effectively communicate with and manage the expectations of a data science team? What's the best way to bridge that gap? You mentioned that, like you mentioned, communication skill is important, taking courses and the likes, but how do you think that bridge can also be met?
Yeah. So first, you need to understand that they are researching the data that you together are using to build a product. And this means that it's not just coded and it works. It's like they need to understand the data, they need to analyze the data, they need to extract the features, they need to see which data signals to use, and it's a process. So with your communication skills and understanding that it's not just task, here it is, 2 story points and 3 days is done. It is around the research and understanding deeply the data and how to build a model. So you talk with your data scientist about the experiments they're doing, about the research they're doing, in order to find out how the best way to build a model or use the data you guys have, or generative AI data that if you are using other products, how to use them in order to build a product for your customers. That goes in the direction with what I said previously. Understand the data, communicate well, and understand that data scientists, ML researchers, it's not a typical job like back-end engineer, just code it. It's really in the research, in understanding the data, in figuring out what's the best possible way to use that data in order to have the results that you need. So have patience and speak in terms of experiments. Yeah. I shut.
Oh,
I
my
don't
mic was
hear you.
muted.
Okay.
Sorry, my mic was muted. I said the patience is very important, especially when you're working under pressure. You need to communicate and be patient. Thank you very much. Another question here is on practical application. And it is, how do you approach defining the minimum viable product for an AI-powered product? What are some common pitfalls that one might encounter?
Okay, so MVP means we start with minimum. So don't overcomplicate. Start with the minimum that you have. On one side, on the left side, you have data. On the right side, you have result, or what kind of result you want from that data. As MVP, for example, as MVP, when we want to use OpenAI APIs and we wanted to utilize those for a particular problem we are solving, I just talked with ChatGPT to see, will they understand the data I have, and will they give me good enough results for the MVP in order to actually really put multiple researchers on that, multiple engineers to actually work it out. That was my MVP. Just chatting with ChatGPT to understand, here's the data I have. Do you understand what is it? If I ask you this prompt, that prompt, how would you react? So don't overcomplicate. Try to prove the point, the signal that you want within the MVP. Sometimes it's going to be more complex. In one case, I vibe coded the website, really simple. I added a document in the website. It was for a customer where you need to add a tender document, and the AI analyzes tender and gives you tasks that you need to do to actually complete to win that tender. And I built a simple vibe code, a simple website, add a PDF document, AI, generative AI in this case, analyze it and gives you the results. And it was like 3 hours of vibe coding, but it gave me enough confidence that this is a problem or that can be solved via AI, that the data is enough, and I can continue moving on to the next stage of the MVP. So let me summarize these two examples. Start simple. If you have the data, you have access to OpenAI, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you use, just use that to see, can you figure out the MVP? Use it like really simple, work with your engineers on that. It shouldn't be extensive. Prove that you can do that, and then go full, when you prove that, go full hands-on to actually build a product for production.
Thank you so much, Ante. Please, if you're enjoying the class so far, the session so far, please do also react using your favorite emoji so we know that you're following. And if you have questions, you can leave them on. Thank you so much for your reactions. You can leave them using the link in the chat box so that we can also ask that to Ante. Another question I have here is, for anyone here who wants to transition, for our audience here who are maybe mid to senior professionals, what is the most effective way to begin transitioning into an AI product management role today?
I like the term learn from doing, right? And the whole program that I built is around about doing. Let's say in module 1, you're going to research existing ML product and you're going to give feedback around it. What did you find out? In module 2, you're going to start playing with some data, right? And that doing part is something that's going to transition you to AI product manager. So start like learn from doing, start where you are, see in your product, in your company, where you can actually help out with a problem, with a product that can utilize AI ML. Start with that. Simple example would be you have a product, try to build a vibe code it and start to use some AI functionality in order to solve that problem differently. But start somewhere. Don't just think about it. Just start and use it and see how that will work for you. And then move to the next part. Like build. Be comfortable with testing everything out. Okay, I did it like that. First, I did the course, and then oh my god, this is amazing. And then after that, immediately during the course, we were building sort of as a video game self-driving cars. I remember that that was like many years ago. We were building with Python script self-driving cars. I loved it so much that I continue to do that after it, just to like see, to play with it down the line. But it was always by doing. It was always by building something, because that gives me, at least me, the confidence that I'm learning something and that I'm going to get the skills I need to in order to apply them in my daily job.
Thank you so much, Ante. It's been a really enlightening session, and I believe that our audience are learning a lot already. Please, I want you to react. If you're learning, you know that, yes, your time has been worth it. We want to hear from you. If you have questions for Ante, you can unmute your mic. Since we don't have any question yet, you can unmute your mic and ask your question, or leave it in the comment section. We don't have any question yet on our Slido, so don't waste too much time. If you have questions, you can unmute your mic and let's have it. Or you can leave it in the chat box and it will be read. Hello, Esther, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. I was about to communicate a question that just came in. Hi, Ante.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to be at the background, trying to sort the technical things while we are trying to navigate our questions. Okay, somebody just dropped the difference between a technical product manager and an AI-powered product manager. And I just want to give a context to that. We recently just launched our technical product management, and the person is wondering, okay, now we have a faculty lead for AI product management. So the one that I just registered for technical product management, can you enlighten me on the differences and what should I look forward to in the AI product management classes?
Yeah. That goes in the direction what I showed in today, but I will run you through slightly through what to expect in overall program. Okay, it has 7 modules. It takes around 8 to 9 weeks to complete. We're gonna start with AI foundations. You're gonna learn, for example, these 2 things today that I showed you: difference between the traditional product and AI product, difference between traditional PM and AI PM, which I feel is important. After that, we're going to jump on AI foundations. You're going to learn what is AI, what is machine learning, what are neural networks. We're going to go through all of that. You're going to learn how to build the project and how the end-to-end, let's say, AI ML project looks like. What are the parts of it? Where are the biggest challenges you're going to have, how to solve these challenges, and unknowns, because every product is a different and you're going to jump into the different challenges. Then we're going to talk about design and UX for AI products. We're going to talk about how to work with a team. We're going to talk about prompt and context engineering, which I feel it's extremely important. If you're not building your machine learning product and you're using some kind of foundational model, that's extremely important. We're going to talk about leadership and strategy. You're going to build your own strategy for your product or within a team. And in the end, last 2 weeks, you will actually build the product. You will have that kind of assignment, and you will have something out within those 2 weeks of the capstone project. So doing all of this, it's going to be not only me talking stuff, but it's going to be you guys actually working on it. And I am also thinking to give you some data points where you're going to need to analyze some CSV files or JSON files, just to see, just so you guys can learn and have capabilities analyzing some kind of data and getting information or patterns from that data.
Oh, yeah, thank you. To kind of retreat on what you mentioned, I think major difference from based on the breakdown you mentioned, mentioned something about machine learning. We mentioned something about data-driven insights, which is one of the major, let me say the core of AI product manager, and the difference between a technical product management and AI product management. Thank you so much, Ante. I think we have a few more questions, Aishat. I just wanted to confirm from your end before we go to the discount offering we have for this particular session you're talking about. Hi, Aishat. Are you on
Yes,
the
yes,
call?
sir.
Okay,
Can you hear
good.
me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I want to believe you have questions coming now.
Yes, there's a question here. Says,
Okay,
hi,
great.
for someone who wants to do a career change, what are the things they can do to transition to product management? Okay. Ante, I hope you got the question, Claire.
Can you repeat, please? So what does it mean to move to product manager overall?
Yes, for a career change.
For the career change. First of all, depending where you are in your career and where you are with your knowledge, I'm going to iterate what I said about the same as AI. Have a project on the side or learn by doing. So within your organization, within your company, wherever you are, in some kind of business, go-to-market vertical, support vertical, wherever, you are actually using your product and you are selling or working on your product. Start by doing something product related. Analyze if you are sales, analyze what are your customer telling you about the product when you are selling. If you're in support, you are extremely close to the product and the user. That's maybe the best position to actually start in the product space, understanding your customers, what they say, what their pain points about your product. If you're a customer success, same. If you're in marketing, you are pitching and selling your product, you are very close to it. So start by doing. So think of a way how you can actually help your product team work on your product or support it in order to actually gain the skills, understand how the products are built, work with engineers, call them for a coffee just to talk with them. And this is how you're going to start for the career change.
Okay. Okay, let me ask this question on behalf of some persons who might be here. So what is one misconception that you love to clarify that maybe some persons who are scared, they're reluctant because they might think it might be too difficult for them to handle, and just any misconception maybe around it being too technical for someone who might be coming from a no tech field? Would you like to clarify the misconception? Do you think it's something that anyone who is educated will be able to go into, or it takes some form of knowledge and intelligence and technical skills?
Yeah, don't be afraid. It's like I didn't know nothing, and I was learning continuously, and I was in that place. So don't be scared. It's not nuclear science, okay? I'm speaking like this. So just start doing it. Start working on it. Ask, be extremely curious. Ask questions. Be transparent. Don't be overconfident. I know everything, because me, example here in front of me, I'm still learning. I'm every day learning. It's like never ending. So don't be afraid against that. And because you said, Aishat, you said first scared, and it immediately like ring the bell for me, because I was constantly saying, can I ask engineer about this? What if I ask the engineer about the technical problems, and then going to think I'm not so smart and so on. At one moment I said, like, yeah, I don't care. I don't know. I want to learn. I'm going to ask. And if they feel that that's a bad thing, it's on them. But I want to learn. And on top of that, now with LLMs and Gen AI, you can actually start learning on the side by actually talking with your with prompt with your whatever Gen AI you use. But don't be afraid. So let me summarize my thoughts, because I said a bunch of things. Don't be scared. I was in that place. I didn't know. I wanted to learn. I had curiosity and slightly little courage, because when you are scared, it's not like, oh, let me ask. Yeah, you need to have slightly courage, but curiosity first. Ask questions. Be patient, because engineers I work who taught me the most, they didn't always have time, and you should respect that, right? But then when they have time, you're going to learn a lot and go step by step. So this is something that I really deeply suggest, because and if you really feel that you want to do it and that it's something for you, don't stop. Like, be continuous in that, pursue it continuously, because if you don't, yeah, you're always going to wish, okay, what if I change my job or started to work with engineers and ask them questions and learn a bunch of other stuff. So
Thank you, Ante, for answering all the questions in very clear ways. I believe that our audience have definitely gotten a strong foundation, and their questions have been answered, if they had any, around how to get started in AI PM. Esther, would you like to take it over from here?
Yeah, sure, I will. Thank you so much, Aishat, and thank you, Auntie, for giving a short, precise overview of what AI product management is all about. So it's no longer a buzzword; it's actually the real deal. I think what stood out for me is the way things are evolving and the way it's going to make you more productive, in especially your career as a product manager. Thank you so much for the insight. I'll be based on the feedback you shared, especially what they will be looking forward to in the program. that will be launching soon at Treford. So very quickly, I will be running through how it looks like, especially if you want to enroll on the for our upcoming AI products management. So in case you are wondering, okay, yeah, you guys have said a lot. You mentioned Ante as a faculty lead and all of that and all of that. And I want to get more knowledge concerning what he mentioned, because he mentioned we talk more about machine learning. It mentioned more about data-driven insights and all of that and all of that. So if you want to take a look more at it, just go to treford.africa/live, as you can see on my screen, and I'll be dropping a link to that effect, treford.africa/live. And then yes, it will land you to this particular page where you see a lot of our courses that we are offering. Then for AI products management, that you can see the start date October 25th. You can click on enroll now. When you click on enroll now, it takes you to our landing page where you are going to see the learner persona. As you can see, we are looking forward to mid to senior level product managers looking to build AI product depth and move into AI focused roles. We are looking forward to startup founders. We are looking forward to experienced professionals looking to pivot into AI-driven roles. And then what you'll learn quite a number of things: fundamentals of AI data, and AI product lifestyle, AI product strategy, understand the ethical AI principle, AI, ML, machine learning. And then, of course, you are going to work on a capstone project. So yes, if you will be enrolling for this, trust me, you'll be seeing more of Ante, and you'll be answering quite a number of questions around AI like this. As you can see, it's an expert-led session. And then yeah, you can do as much as possible to just download the full brochure so that you can go through it. You can go through it at your leisure. But yeah, there's no much time left, so you might want to take a decision as fast as possible. But yeah, for those on the call right now, especially with our first call with Ante, we have an offering which is a 30% discount off the price that we have. But then we are looking at, okay, how do we select 2 candidates for this wonderful slot? So myself and our team coming up with criteria to do that. So right on this call, I'll be running through just 3 questions. If you can answer these questions, so it's going to like put you on the criteria list. And then my team, after taking a thorough through at it, will be reaching out to you on the selected winners for this. So if you're actually interested in this, you want to see more of Ante's face, because you would have seen that you would have been a judge of him being a perfect teacher. His calmness and explain quite a number of things, how you're able to transition, and then I was able to relate with you transitioning from being a traditional product manager to being an AI product manager. So yeah, and a few minutes I'll be running a short quiz. So you just have to do is I've dropped the link we dropped earlier. You'll be making use of it again, and I'll be activating our poll. Let me share the link. So here is the criteria for joining this. I'm interested in joining the AI product management that is starting off soon. 1, 2, I'm interested in the 30% off discount that's been offered by Treford. 3, you fit into the learner persona that I shared earlier by you being a professional mid to senior level roles. So you can just do well to just click on this link, and you can just do well to click on this link, and you would drop off on our page here. You'll be seeing this page. And then yes, we'll start the quiz from there. I'm interested in the AI products management coming up soon based on everything I've learned this evening. I fit into the learner persona that is shared. And then yes, I look forward to the 15% discount off that Treford is offering. So you can just, in next 1 minute, you can just do well to just click on this and stand a chance to win the 30% discount, 30% off discount from the initial tuition price. Let's do it. Just click on the link. If you have any issues clicking on the link, you can just let me know so that we would rectify that. And another thing, we'd like to apologize. There was a technical glitch in terms of our live streaming, but then yet again, of course, it's recorded and then it's going to be up on our website. The chance of the platform that is going to be communicated at Shreford Pro. It's going to be communicated to us so that if you want to a replay of this session, you can always watch this. Okay, 2 people have joined this quiz. 2 people have joined in. If you want more people to join in, then we'll start. Click on the link I dropped and then we'll start the session. All right, we have.
Hi, Esther.
Hi, Ajayi.
Yeah, so I've clicked on the link and okay, I think I'm able to get there now.
Okay, great. So we have Anese, we have Esther, we have Chisom. I think I need 1 or 2 more people, then start the quiz. So I think the quiz is around 20 seconds. So immediately I click on the first questions, the time starts ticking. Okay, Ridwan has joined in. 1 more person. 1 more person to join in. So note, this is just a chance for you winning. It doesn't actually mean you are going to win the 30% discount, but our team is going to reach out to you if you win. 1 more person and then we start. Yeah, oh great. Stewart is here. Anesi, Stewart, Ridwan, Esther, and Chiso. All right, so I'll be asking a couple of questions. Let me just start presenting. We'll be asking a couple of questions in the next few minutes or seconds, few seconds actually. So these are people that joined in. So just answer the question real quick and we'll go to the next one we have. So yeah, what date are we starting AI product management? Just click on any of the answer you can see. We have almost 10 seconds more. What dates? I mean, we've been repeating that over and over again. What dates are we starting AI product management? Awesome. So 60% shows October 25, 40% shows 40% shows October 27th, while the right answer is October 25th. Awesome. So next question, what do you think is the major difference between a traditional product manager and an AI product manager? We have a few seconds to answer this. I think Ante mentioned it briefly, major difference between a traditional project manager and an AI-powered project manager. We don't have much time. Choose your answer as soon as possible. 1, awesome. Integration of data insights, 80%, then 20% reliance on experience and intuition rather than data. So the correct answer is integration of data-driven insights and automation in decision making. And the last question, also 20 seconds. Are sure we're ready? So we'll go to the next question. How does AI improve decision-making for modern product managers compared to traditional methods? How does AI improve decision-making for modern project managers compared to traditional methods? Automating every decision, providing real-time insights, replacing the need for stakeholder communication, focusing only on repetitive administrative tasks. What do we have? Awesome. So all of it shows, all of those that attempted this question shows providing real-time insights and predictive analysis for smarter choices. Okay, I guess this is where we show our leaderboard. Chisom, hope it's not the Chisom I know. Okay, we have Chisom 3/3. We have Anisim got 3/3. Ridwan got 2, Iwara got 2, Esther got 2. Awesome. Thank you so much for participating in this. Yeah, our team will get in touch with you after thorough process, especially for our 30% discount. Ante is excited. I'm sure Ante wants to say in its class. So we'll delve more into more of this session. Ante, you have something to say. I can see you're muted your mic.
No, congratulations. Really, really cool. This was really cool. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Ante. I'm sure we still have a couple of questions, especially when they have to do with AI and this part of our world. But then we'll see you in class concerning this session. So engage more with you. We have a lot of things to do concerning AI. So if you're in this session, we have another AI session tomorrow, prompt engineering with non-technical teams. It's going to be another wonderful session as well. Ante, it's so beautiful and it's so enlightening with you. It's an insightful session with you. And I just got a notification that we'll be having this session on okay, I just got a notification that this is also going to be available. I mentioned we had a technical downtime when we were live streaming. So, but as much as possible, we are going to try to upload this on our YouTube or any other platform where we can easily access it for the replay. Yeah, it's a wonderful session. If you want to meet more of Ante, please do well to register. I think that's the only way you can meet him for now. Thank you so much, Ante. Do you have like a sort of what's the word? A sort of
Final
what
words.
final words. Thank you. Thank you for that. Maybe I was too excited.
Final
A
thoughts.
final word from yours.
No, I just want to say thank you everyone for listening. Hope this made sense for you, and looking forward to the start of the program. It's going to be fun, and happy to see you there.
All right. Yes. Okay, before we leave, one final thing. This is something we do. I don't want to miss this session. Feedback. Feedback is very important. How will you rate the session with Ante? What are your key takeaway from this session, and what do you advise we improve on? What are your key takeaway from this session, and what do you advise we improve on? Just do well to click on the link just again. Although it's still the same link. But just do well to click on the link and then answer the questions. How will you rate the session? What are your key takeaway from the session? And what do you advise to improve on? What are your key takeaway from the session? How will you rate the session? What do you advise to improve on? Just real quick, go to the link. I'll be sharing the link again. Go to the link and then tell us what we improve on. Do you want us to bring more of Ante so that we'll have more insightful sessions? Probably then you'd have cooked up more questions for him. Probably you have more questions to give, or probably you have somebody that will come to ask or engage Ante with more insightful or more intriguing questions. Just drop it in the chat, in the link I shared. Click on the link. It will take you to the same, almost the same poll, but this time you rate the session, your key takeaway from the session, and what do you advise to improve on? Let's do that real quick. And then, yeah, we call it a night. If you have any difficulty navigating your way on the slider section, just let me know so that we can improve that. But as much as possible, please don't leave the call without giving your feedback. Don't leave the call without giving your feedback. How will you rate the session? What are your key takeaways? And what do you advise we improve on? Let's do that real quick. Okay, 2 participants are responding. We need more responses. What are your key takeaways from the session? What do you advise we improve on? And how will you rate this session with Ante? We have, let's say, almost 2 minutes left on this call. Let's do what to do that. I want more people to respond to this. Let me drop the link again in case you missed it the first time. Kindly drop your feedback here. We need more people. Only 2 people are here and we are more than 2 on this call. We need more people to join in and to give their feedback.
Yeah, guys, please share your feedback. It's going to really help us a lot to improve and help you learn even better.
Yeah, thank you, Ante, for giving me your voice. Okay, if you're in this session, please don't forget to join in tomorrow. It's also going to be an interesting AI moment tomorrow with prompt engineering, with not technical teams, with me. If you are typing, please type fast. I notice a number of people are typing. If you are typing, please type fast. And if you are contemplating of giving your feedback, you can just do what you just click on the link. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes because it will go a long way to help us shape our subsequent sessions. Okay, while others are still typing, let's show the result we have. Okay, 4.7. Is there any reason why it is 4.7? Give me a minute. Let me fix this. Yep. Yeah, so what are key takeaways? The similarities and distinct differences between a traditional PM and an AI PM. And answer this. Okay, this session piqued my interest. Awesome. Understanding of the clear difference between traditional and AI products. Insightful session. Love the differentiation between traditional and AI products manager, especially the output of AI being patterns and not just a static result. Yeah, thanks for sharing. We want more of this. I think three is not enough to decide your key takeaway from this session. We are more than 3, we are more than 10 on this call. If you have not given your feedback, kindly do what to give your feedback. We want to ensure that we have substantial results from our session. Okay, somebody just dropped this. AIPM requires probability and contextualized and variable input and output rather than determined. Data fluency and communication skills are critical for AIPM work. Thanks for sharing. Yes, very, very critical. What do you advise to improve on? Case studies or more? Yeah, so case studies. If you come for case studies actually rampant. It's something we prepared for, especially for our AI product manager. AI product management course. In fact, it's well structured. We have our case studies that you can work with. Yes. So this is just more of like the preliminary. So you can just register for AI product management course, product management program. Just go to treford.africa/live sessions and then you find it there. Allow more people to benefit from this discount. Okay. Actually, for our Treford Learners community, we have 50% off for our Treford Learners community, but the 30% discount, like I mentioned, is just 2 slots, And the people that joined the quiz have joined the pool of being considered for the slot. So if you still want to enjoy discounts, as long as you're on this call and then belong to Treford Learners community, yes, there's a 15% off discount as well. You can reach out to our team at admissions@treford.org and then we share more light to that. You think it can be longer, but my guess is that more time can be given already because exactly. Ashante, we have more time where we discuss interesting topics, machine learning. It's not something that we can wrap up in 1 hour, just like this. But yeah, it's just to pique our interest concerning the forthcoming session. If you're here, see you tomorrow for our prompt engineering class. And yeah, I guess this is where we release Ante to have a wonderful time and also have time with his dogs and also with his family and every one of us as well. To have a wonderful night rest. Yeah, it's night here. And yeah, I think this is where we'll mute our mic and say thank you to Ante for his time. You can just unmute your mic, say thank you, and then yeah, say bye-bye.
Thanks,
Do what
everyone.
unmute your mic.
Thank you,
Thank
Auntie.
you, Ante. We'll enjoy the
Yeah.
class.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Bye. See you tomorrow in prompt
Bye.
engineering. Bye for now. Yes, Olabody, are you still on the call? Hi, Olabody. Oh, great. Give me a minute. Let me fetch that link. It's on the Luma page where you register for this event, but let me just share you a direct link where you can just register. Give me a minute to fetch this. Yeah, click on that link. It should take you to, let me stop recording.